Okay, so this is a boulder in front of one of the buildings. It is was put there by the Daughters of the Confederate to commemorate John Brown's raid in October of 1859. And it's directly across from the John Brown's monument. Okay, so besides George Washington being linked to Harpers Ferry and John Brown, the third person that's linked to Harpers Ferry is Meriwether Lewis. So if you remember about the Lewis and Clark expedition sent by Thomas Jefferson in the early 1800s. So Meriwether Lewis came to Harpers Ferry to get supplies for that expedition. This town just reminds me of a postcard. It is that beautiful. Okay, so in Harpers Ferry, they had, it was approximately across from the monument, was a small little museum that was dedicated to Meriwether Lewis and the Lewis and Clark expedition. So these are just some of the display within the small museum. Okay, so there was several coffee places within Harpers Ferry. This is the coffee mill. I just stopped in here and all I got was a raspberry iced tea. It was expensive, but it was actually quite tasty. So it was nice and refreshing on that hot summer day. And you will see a picture of it in just a second or two. There it is. Okay, so this is the statue that is dedicated to the only Marine that died in Harpers Ferry. And then I thought this is really neat. This was a barbecue place that was inside a caboose. Thought that was really interesting. And then you could also rent a bike to bike around Harpers Ferry if you dared. Our next stop was True Treats Historic Candy. In True Treats, they had candy ranging from the prehistoric times to all the way to the 1970s. The candies that they had prior to recent times, they actually did research and they found out how to make them. And then sometimes what they were, what was the use of them. So sometimes we eat candy for sweets, but in the past they've been used for like medicine and etc. etc. We both bought some good candy to enjoy, and we really, it was a really interesting place and really interesting shop. You could buy a bag of bugs if you really wanted to, and as you see, it was divided into the different time periods. So closest to the register was the prehistoric, and then as you moved on back, it went to the 1970s. So enjoy some of the pictures I took in that store. After the candy store, we decided it was time for us to go get lunch. So with this, I will end this part of our visit to Harpers Ferry. Next time, join me for lunch, and then after lunch, back down to Lower Town. See you later. Bye.